everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the Tartiest Pro Palette. And I've had this for a while and I've used it several times, and I kind of have likes and dislikes about this palette. I had watched a lot of videos before I bought it, and I really wanted to love it. I'm going to share with you the things that I like and dislike about it. So I'm going to start with what I do like first, and that is the packaging on this. I love this matte black with the gold, and you know the back of it's the shiny mirrored gold, and that the packaging on it is real sturdy, and I like that it has a big nice mirror, even though I really don't use the mirrors that much in the palettes, but I do like this packaging very well, and I think it's very pretty. Just to look at the palette, I think it's very pretty. And all of these are matte shades. All the square ones are matte. The 4 round ones are supposed to be duochrome, which they're not. But what I like about this is that it has the lighter shades. I like that it's mattes. There's mattes, and I do like that there's a few shimmers thrown in, because I think I've said before that a lot of times I like a more of a shimmery shade on the eyelid, because I think that kind of makes the eye look pop more so than just a whole all the eye being matte. So apart from the packaging, and I do love the color range in this. Like I said, it's got I really like the light shades, and I like that it has some medium shades and some dark shades. Tarte has improved their eyeshadow quality a lot since the first time that I ever bought any Tarte eyeshadows. They really, to swatch them, there was no pigmentation. I mean, it was awful. What I don't know if you remember back, it was years ago, and it was like a mirrored jewelry box that had little clear crystal looking knobs on the front drawers and the top raised up, and you could like take the eyeshadows out and like use it for maybe a jewelry box or something. And I love the packaging on that, but the eyeshadows were some of the worst that I've ever used. And I've been wearing makeup since I was 11 years old, and I have used some bad eyeshadow, and that was some of the worst, because there was no pigmentation in hardly any of it. And I mean, there was a lot. But this video is not about that. It's about this very pretty palette here. Now, I do like the shimmers. I like all the shades of these shimmery shades, and I love the color range of the rest of the eyeshadows. Now, that's what I liked about the palette. Now, what I don't like about the palette that keeps me from loving it is although these shades are very pretty, there's a variety of, there's some neutral browns, there's some reds, there's some purple shades here, there's like a black shade, all these dark shades. But the problem is they are not compatible. The looks that I've tried to create using, like, I started out trying this palette and I would go all the way across and I would use all these, like this first row of eyeshadows, you know, each row, and I would use them. And to use all the shades in a row together, I just didn't come up with a good look. It was like the shades, they didn't combine well to look, you know, like this. Let's go with this top row here that's got these very pretty shades of some peachy colors, and when I put them on my eye to do it, it's like when I put them on and blended them, you couldn't tell that there was all these colors. It was just a bad look. And each row is the same. So what I've done is, instead of using it that way, I have found to use a light shade and maybe two of the medium shades with one of these shimmery ones, or use a light, one medium, and one darker shade. Which the look that I'm wearing today, I've used these two lighter shades here. I've used this one in the crease, and I've used some of this one in the crease. And then for the outer V, I've used this brown, and then I've wet this top dark one and used it as an eyeliner on my top lid. And then I've used this shimmery shade all over the eyelid. And I think that it turned out pretty good. But for me now, maybe it's the brushes I'm using, maybe it's just the primer I'm using, or, you know, it could be an error on my part. But I don't think it is, because I've seen others do their videos on this palette, and they pretty much say the same thing. Which, that keeps me from loving it, because the eyeshadows, they kind of don't play well with each other. And but as far as taking the individual eyeshadows, or just 2 or 3 maybe, you know, of these mattes, then it's worked well for me that way. And I think they claim that these shimmers are duochromes, and the only one that I see as a duochrome is this bottom one. The rest of them is like, this one is like a gold color, this one is like a champagne. This one is my favorite, the rosy colored one here. Now, I'm not very good with swatches, but I've attempted to swatch. This is the 2 top rows. This is the top row, this is the second row, and these are the shimmery shades that's at the round ones at the end. And if you can tell, they're just shimmery eyeshadows. They're not duochrome. And then this is the third row, and this is the bottom row. Now, this is the shimmery shade that I like very well right here. And this is the one that's a duochrome. And as you can see, it kind of looks kind of greeny, brownish, reddish, you know, that shade that it seemed like I've got some other palettes and other eyeshadows that has something similar to that in it. But, you know, as far as swatching, you know, on my hand, I think it's, you know, really, really good pigmentation. It's just a matter of blending. They don't blend well together. Not all of them. I won't say, you know, some of them blend better together than others. So, you know, that's a problem when you're wanting to do a very nice eyeshadow look. You know, it's all about the blending. You know, you want a nice eyeshadow and you want it to blend out very well. And that's just where, in my opinion, this eyeshadow palette falls short when it comes to something very important, is blending. You know, we want a good pigmentation and we want them to blend well. So those are my likes and dislikes about the palette. What I like about the Tarte eyeshadows too is that you can use them wet or dry. I don't love the palette. I like it a lot, but I don't love it. So that's my little quick review of the Tartiest Pro Palette. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.